Hello, everybody, and welcome to Inside Cornerstone, your weekly look at everything going on at First Global Methodist Church here in Alexander City, Alabama. Again, I apologize. I'm not sick. I know it sounds bad. It's raspy. I don't smoke cigarettes either. So, but I'm getting over it, Coach.
I kind of like it. It's got
it's
kind of got that hunter predator type of sound,
it's got something. It's got raspy.
Probably got a little growl now.
Sounds like
yeah.
I'm on my last leg.
I don't think so.
But
Brett.
anyway, we're gonna fight through it and hope we don't.
You'll be fine.
Run anybody off. But glad that you joined us out there, and Coach, good to see you as always.
You too, Brett.
The week prior to Christmas.
What a great time of the year.
It has flown by, and it does.
You talk about sermon messages. I mean, just take your pick and don't mess them up.
It's not hard.
No. I just got out of Legacy Builders. I know it's Tuesday when we tape, and we did something on the Kings today. I mean, you just pick whichever one you want, and all of them are weaved into one story. But it's fun to break it down.
It is.
Yeah.
Looking at all the different parts of the Christmas story, and we're going to talk about that a little bit today. And by the time we air next week, Christmas will have already come and gone. So
that's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe. So,
wow.
So that just tells you, I think we're 6 days out.
It also means you're getting older.
Well, I knew
and for you, that's different. But
that.
for me, that's pretty critical.
But we've got a lot that we want to reiterate, because when you're watching this show, that starts on Wednesday and leads up until Sunday, we got a lot of events.
Oh, my goodness, we do.
But I want to start with I want to go back to something first. It's kind of out of sorts.
Well, we would never do that.
No, we would never start somewhere bizarre. The youth building is coming along.
Yeah.
Are we still on track to possibly be in that building, or the youth in that building, by New Year's Eve?
I think we are. Whether everything will be in there, Brett, if you go to the Arbor and look at the youth room, I mean, it's going to take a 10 moving vans.
Right.
Yeah, but yes, I think the plan is the kids are going to have a thing there on New Year's. We're having a service at 11:45. I'd like to invite all you guys that stay up all night, if you're interested. But we're going to have a communion service. It won't be a long service, but the youth, going back to the youth, they're going to come over there and be a part of that. But I think by the time they get all the stuff and you get a finished product in the youth center, it may be the end of January. But they're gonna kick it on.
They'll be able to be in the facility.
I think so.
Well, that's huge.
When we say New Year's Eve, I mean that's soon. I mean
2 weeks.
But they've worked hard on it, and they've got it's beautiful, man. The youth center's beautiful.
You want to go back to again the joint service where we had the official announcement of
the dirt and stuff.
Yeah, well, no, I'm going back to when all the way to the
first Sunday. Yeah,
yes,
I was there.
The first Sunday, you sure were. It's a good thing you were there. It was a real good thing you were there. You look at the plans that got unveiled at lunch that day.
I remember. Yeah.
Just think about that felt like yesterday.
And something and also you're talking a brand new church. That was a step of faith. That was a leap of faith, because there we are, a brand new church. We're just learning people's names and stuff, and we're going to commit to a youth center. And I'm telling you, Brett, we haven't backed down from that commitment. The program that we had this Wednesday, I know that we'll talk about the Wednesday program. But look at all the things that the youth have been involved in, and they have responded. I mean, it's not just the adults. And it was a leap of faith, and it's looking great.
I don't think anybody anticipated.
No.
From the day those plans were unveiled to today, 2 weeks out, basically, from that building being available for the youth to be in it.
Yeah.
Man, that is
unbelievable.
Now, again.
That's God.
Well, it is, but, and God controls the weather. So
that helped.
The weather has been phenomenal for construction. I've talked to so many of my friends that are in construction, and I know a lot of people complained there for a while we had zero rain.
Right.
But for people that are building outside, you couldn't ask for better.
No, you couldn't.
And there's been no delays. I know that, the school that we're building, the new Benjamin Russell High School, I've been going over to that site and visiting as a part of the Board of Education. And
Same thing?
yeah, I mean, they've been getting after it and way ahead of schedule because the weather's cooperated so
Yeah,
well.
oh, yeah, that's right.
So I wanted to bring that up and talk.
I'm glad you did. And I think that's a go. I think we're going to have something in it New Year's Eve.
That's huge.
I do.
I mean, again, I'm not going to say a miracle, but it almost like a miracle that you've done it in that amount of time. And tell me back when that was. Again, my dates, I don't have it. When was that?
Well, that first service
Sunday.
that you're talking about was in beginning of March.
It was March.
Yeah.
I was going to say February.
Some decisions were made in late February, but I don't think the actual service you're talking about, I think it was in early March, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think
we're looking at 10 months.
Yeah.
From not even putting a shovel in the ground.
It took us a long time to get the shovel
That's what
in.
I'm saying.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, the announcement, and then we went a while before ground was broke. And then the amount of time, when did ground break on that facility? I'm doing this off the cuff.
That's okay. I'd say May.
I was going to say June, but
May
it's
or
probably
June. May or June. Yeah.
So, I mean, from late February, early March, and then going to, let's just say, late May to break ground to now, having it finished.
Crazy.
I mean, 6-7 months.
Yeah, those guys.
Really? I mean,
Steve Fuller and his crew need a statue built for that. I mean, it was unbelievable how quickly they progressed.
Right.
Once they got the go ahead,
Well, see, that's another thing. I mean, this thing's had to take. I mean, you just don't say, "Hey, we're going to unveil plans and we're going to go out here and we're going to lay a foundation and start building tomorrow."
When I say it was a step of faith, I'm talking about it was a step of faith.
Right.
You're not talking about people that can just write a check, let's build it. You're talking about a collective group of people that reached down deep,
Right.
and made a commitment.
Well,
and it's been, but things like that are the most worthwhile.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to go back, and then we're going to talk more about. It'll probably carry over into the second segment. The dinner show that we had, the dinner play that we had on Wednesday. And I think you closed out, and you said, I just want to thank everybody that we have a church that is this invested in our youth. And
I thank God
I don't
every
think
day
that's
for
exactly
that.
how you said it. But
That's pretty close.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to what you were just saying about digging deep for a lot of people to figure out how we were going to make this youth facility work for this church. And, that goes hand in hand. And then you show out on this past Wednesday with a packed house, a well-organized, and, look, Tippy had to carry in Keeson. She had some last second, when I say last second, substitutes in some key roles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of sickness going around. So
Sure,
she had
yeah.
some, obviously, I feel you out there. I sound like it. But you had to substitute literally less than 24 hours some of your key roles.
Yeah.
And that thing went off without a hitch.
It was amazing.
So the kids just put a lot of.
And the costumes and
they're awesome.
you look up there and you're literally looking at Bethlehem.
Right.
It was amazing. And we're talking, these weren't one teenager, mate, I guess.
Well, the guy that
and the little young ones all the way up to the middle school.
Josiah was the teenager.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
it.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
and Famous Amos. We know Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called him Famous Amos.
Yeah.
So. But you like Famous Amos cookies?
I love Famous Amos cookies.
You had no idea Hudson would be Amos. That's where I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
He's not where it
yeah.
came from.
Oh, I'm big at time. Daddy and Ecot cookies.
Okay.
I mean, I could live the rest of my life on those things.
Really?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
They are good. So,
They're
but
good.
anyway, going back to Karen and
Yeah.
David, and everybody that put time
the
in.
Music,
the music, and Sherry did a great job.
The Cornerstone women serving. It went off without a hitch. I mean, 20 minutes.
It's pretty good. We're going to talk some more about that when we come back. Up against our first break. Stay tuned. More Inside Cornerstone right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Hey everybody, I'm Brett.
Billy?
And I'm Matt.
And we want you to join us each week for Inside Cornerstone. Coach, Matt, excited to have this show on every single day throughout the week leading up to Sunday.
Jesus Christ is going to be glorified in everything we do. You won't just be listening to messages. You're going to be hearing about things going on in our church.
And make sure you join us at our worship services 9 and 11 o'clock.
Join us each week right here on Inside Cornerstone on WAXC TV.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone and talking about this past Wednesday's event, and it was great. The meal was great. Generals provided the meal once
The
again.
Generals and the Legacy Builders have a great relationship, and that has grown into the Wednesday night meals now.
Right.
And they're good. You know
They're
that.
outstanding.
And now they supplied the food for 300 people at our.
All right, so
we're
let's talk-
having a dinner theater. at our
awesome.
church.
Well, you
I
know
mean,
what? They may want to do. Karen may say, "No, you're gonna have to hire somebody else."
Oh, no.
do it on a normal basis.
Well,
But I mean,
you can count on that.
right, but it's
Yeah.
just was a phenomenal event.
Yeah.
And the Cornerstone women, like you just talked about before we went to break, it takes a lot of organization to get that many plates of food out in a timely manner to start on time. So you get all that food out, and you want it to be hot. You don't want it to be cold as ice.
No.
So, and again, you got 300 plus people sitting in there.
22 minutes.
It's pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
But it takes an army of people to do that.
It takes an organized approach, and it was all of that, and everybody loved it. It wasn't that long, you know. I mean,
no,
we were in there for an hour and 15, 20
That's
minutes,
right,
and
that's
everybody loved it. And there were people up top.
They were
watching.
Well, there were some that didn't have a chance to reserve.
Yeah, we filled that up so fast
Right.
that there was some who couldn't get the meal.
Well, they just came to watch the play.
Yeah, and that was worth it too.
That's right. We'll talk about the play and the kids. I want to obviously again did a tremendous job, and tip of the hat to Karen and some of those kids that stepped in.
Absolutely.
That said, look, I'll do it. I'll figure out a way to make it work, because several of the kids were sick. I mean, there's a lot of flu and COVID and pneumonia and bronchitis and all kind of stuff going around. And, it would have been easy to panic and go, oh my gosh, 2 or 3 of our lead roles are not going to be here, and all these people have paid, and we got to figure it out. But Karen, if I ever want somebody to organize something on the fly or give me some 6 months of preparation, she can handle both of them.
She sure
She
can.
can do it no matter what you throw at her, and
she can.
to get all those kids organized and to get it done, and all the music and everything that came together, it was really good.
Those kids got a good taste of what I see on Sunday. And because I got up there and, had an opening prayer and closed with a prayer.
Right.
But the people out there were intent. They were watching. I see this. It's you can't really explain it, but they were focused. And the kids, I guarantee you, they looked out there and they said, wow, they appreciate us being up here. It's inspiring when everybody is just focused on you and what you're saying.
Right.
They're taking it in. They appreciate it. It was so good for our young people to experience the support, because you could feel it. The support of the audience, the adults feeding into our children. That'll change your life.
Right.
It makes a difference.
Well, and I think you look at, and I remember that age, and sometimes you don't want to be in front of a big crowd, or you think you might want to be, and you get up there and you freeze, and you got young kids up there, and it didn't shake any of them.
If any of them said something the least bit funny,
Oh.
Everybody laughed, made them feel at ease. And it's not just them, Brett. It's the teenagers too feel that. I've noticed that. They haven't forgotten that you guys are building us this youth center, and they're in the forefront of trying to be leaders out there.
They are.
Just something to all. I mean, who am I? I'm a peon. I'm nothing. But to all churches, it's all about raising up young people that will be Christian leaders in this country. We say, what can we do? Well, we're just a small group over here in this little area. How can we make a difference? We raise young people that will grow up and represent the values of God, the Bible, and become the leaders of our community. Leadership in this country is we're desperate for great leaders, and in the church, there's not a more important program than the children and the youth.
I'm going to say this, and again, this is not a political show, but I was in a discussion last night with several guys, and we were talking politics. And, right now, the unfortunate thing, and if we're going to say anything about politics, you were talking about leadership being at a premium right now and needing good leadership.
Right.
You got two parties in this country, the Democrat and Republican parties, that aren't even really happy with their own candidates. I mean, the Republicans, they don't want Trump in there, most of them.
But they want to win.
But they want to win.
Yeah.
So the ones that are running, they're polling so low that that they're probably not relevant. On the Democratic side, they know that Joe Biden is getting weaker and he hasn't done the things that they need to do. They're contemplating trying to figure out somebody to run in his place. And we just came to the conclusion that you got two parties that aren't happy with their own candidates. So we are in a state of valuable leadership and morals and ethics that we, I guess, are starved for in this country.
I think I just think, Brett, you're all over it. I think there's absolutely no doubt about it. And we want to, let's take a look at how this country got to be where it is. I mean, I'm not talking about recently. I'm talking about from the beginning.
Right.
It took great leadership. People that were, the word statesman, has anybody ever heard of that? The word statesman was somebody that did not represent their own personal interest or the personal interest of any smaller group. They represented what's best for the country. That was a statesman.
Right.
I don't hear that word
We had
much
that discussion
anymore.
last night too, that the whole intent of the democracy and the way things are established is that you put people and elect people. The people elect representatives to go and make decisions on their behalf. It doesn't happen that way anymore. It's a broken system. It's a democracy by model only, in my opinion. And you got a lot of corruptness and a lot of things that manipulate those representatives. And when I say representative, I'm not just talking about a House of Representatives. I'm talking about the people that go and represent the people that elected them. They're not truly representing their thoughts and their values because they're manipulated by other things. So, and that goes from presidential candidates all the way down to however local you want to get. That's where we're losing the battle, in my opinion.
This word, selflessness, repeat it, selflessness. That is the key to great leadership. We're so consumed with ourself. We have our own agendas. We want things that benefit us instead of being selfless and putting. I love being a football coach. I get to talk about the great principle that Jesus himself talked about, was putting others ahead of yourself. And getting back to the young people, I'll shut up.
No.
Just for a second, though.
Keep going.
Jesus, the one that said, love your enemies, God is love. Jesus, the most gentle, humane, loving person ever walked this earth, for sure, God's only son. What did he say about those that lead young people astray? Better that you, this is Jesus talking, better that you have a rock at the end of a rope tied around your neck and thrown to the bottom of the sea than to lead a young person astray. That's not me. That's Jesus talking.
That's the highest of high crimes, in my opinion.
Well, and that's the way, and Jesus himself said, you better be stinking careful about the direction you're leading children and youth.
Right.
And we want to make it a high priority. And all churches do. I mean, this needs to happen nationwide.
Well, I think the whole conversation that we're having here is born out of what you were just talking about, leadership in our youth. But you got to have examples. And I think you were talking about how important it is for the adults in the church to be good examples for the youth and for them to show an investment in them and that they be taught the right things so they can develop and have the right morals and ethics. I mean, I know it's kind of rambling, but
no, that's the point. That you are all over it. That's great.
And I do think a lot of times people, and again, not to make this political, and not all politicians are this way, but you go into politics with good intentions. You want to do the right thing. You want to make a difference. You want to make a change. And then there's so many outside forces that you have to fight to keep yourself on the straight and narrow that a lot of people find out they can't handle it.
Amen.
I mean, so again,
and it makes me want to quote Cats in the Cradle. that wonderful song about the kid that grows up and he's just like his dad. His dad didn't have time for him.
Right.
So his dad calls him up and says, "I'd like to see you if you don't mind." Kid said, "I'd love to, Dad, if I could find the time." You say the new job's a hassle, the kids with the flu. Sure nice talking to you, Dad. It was real nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, my son was just like me. My boy was just like me.
Learn by example.
That's right. What you're saying
His
is all
dad
over
never had
it.
time for him, so now he didn't have time for his dad.
Right. We're raising that in a whole generation.
I totally agree. Up against the break. Stay tuned. More Inside Corner.
Get off the cell phones and talk to people. Sorry.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com, today.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone. If you have a look, since we talked about politicians, if you want a good cackle, go watch John Kennedy, the senator.
I just did.
The senator from Louisiana. I mean, but you know what? He says what everybody else thinks.
Sure.
And he takes a lot of these stances that are really dumb. And really far-fetched.
And shows them what they are.
Exactly. He's like, do you realize how stupid this sounds? Well, I'm about to tell you how stupid it sounds.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you that the next time you don't like a cop because he's a cop, call a crackhead. That's what he said. He said, if you don't want to call the police or you don't like police, and, well, feel free to call a crackhead.
Yeah.
See if they'll come help you out. I mean, and I know, again, this is on a show that probably should have said that, but, but it's the point of he's not being extreme. He's just saying, look, if you're gonna play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes sometimes.
Yeah.
So With that being said, we'll shift over and
But
move in
that's,
another direction.
laughing.
But you
though,
got to appreciate.
I love
But you got to
that.
appreciate, and I think the reason we're saying that, you appreciate people that are that brutally honest and upfront.
Yeah.
That they're not worried
They
about.
see it like it is.
Right. So
Yeah.
and they know everybody pretty much thinks the same way.
Yeah.
So but
Do you
anyway,
think people think that about us?
I
Or
don't know. Don't want to know.
are they still telling you that they watch the show?
Oh yeah,
They
they do. There's people watch it every day.
Well, then keep them coming.
Right.
Senator Kennedy.
They'll probably get a little.
And
we may have Senator.
we're going to
Kennedy
have
on.
a segment, the Senator Kennedy segment.
Well, he's got plenty. I mean,
He's from Louisiana, right?
That's right. He's hilarious. But anyway,
David
Go out there and watch
Hand would love that, though.
Oh,
Him being
I'm
from
sure
Louisiana,
he's
you
a
know.
big Kennedy fan. So, anyway,
What in the world?
we're going to get out of that and then shift it. But we did have a reason we talked about that because we need good leadership in this country. And, you look at the reason for the season, Jesus Christ coming to this earth, being born, who would later die for our sins, that, again, teaching the right values and morals in this country and understanding why we celebrate Christmas and teaching our children the right things and seeing leadership, not hearing leadership, seeing good leadership is what we want.
And it's exemplified in the life of Jesus. He
No doubt.
exemplified the things.
Well,
of
let's talk
truth.
about the Christmas story, since I think it's pretty fitting that we're 6
Yeah,
days out
sure.
from Christmas. And, the simplicity, I thought that, we talked about this a few weeks ago, but the 30 to 45 second clip in the Charlie Brown special, where Charlie Brown is frustrated with all the commercialization and everybody running around.
Even Snoopy.
That's right. He said, "Can somebody just tell me what Christmas is all about?" And Linus walks out there in his innocence
With his
blanket and tells them to kill the lights and put the spotlight on him on the stage.
Yeah.
And he begins to tell everybody what Christmas is all about. And, to me, that encapsulates, that really don't have to say much more than what Linus said in that 30 to 45 seconds, is that
The truth stands alone.
right. So it's a good opportunity for all of us to kind of stop and reflect. And, this time of year, Coach, you have a lot, as we flip the calendar, everybody wants resolutions and they want to start over. They want to start afresh. Well, to me, you can't start afresh without reviewing where you came from and the things that you've done this past year. And so this is a time of reflection going into the Christmas season, in my opinion. A good time to sit down and go, where am I in my spiritual journey? Where am I in my life with my family? Where am I in my professional career? All of these things that make you who you are. And are you happy where you are? What do you want to improve on? What do you want to see stay the same? What do you want to see go away out of your life? It's the perfect time to do all of that.
It is a time of that for sure, and there are some things we all need to look at, and of course, is the responsibility of the church, and we're having we'll talk about it, I'm sure, before the show's out. Combined service Sunday, and then we're having a couple of night this week, Christmas Eve night. We're going to have a couple services and New Year's Eve. One thing I thought was pretty interesting, Brett, when I heard somebody say, well, before we start talking about New Year's resolutions, let me ask you this. How did you do at keeping the old ones?
Again,
have you reevaluated
I think that's what we're talking about. We're looking at why are you going to have new resolutions when maybe you didn't fulfill the
old ones? Yeah.
But I think that's where we missed the boat. We get to the end of the year and we go, I'm just going to scrap all of that and we're just going to start over and I'm going to make and that's fine. I think that's one way of looking at it. But to me, you can't grow unless you reflect on what you've done. We're going to use a sports analogy here, and I know you appreciate this.
Sure.
How can you get better as a team if you're not willing to look back at what you didn't do well,
Of course.
to work on that, to make those adjustments to get better.
That's right.
Same goes for our lives.
Improvement in any area of our life starts from the inside. Here's something, Brett, if you don't mind, I'm going to get onto the gospel just a little bit.
Yep,
I'm going to lift that up. Here's the bottom line, and I don't know how long it's going to take us to realize it, but we can't fix it ourselves. We're not going to get there relying on ourselves. We have to have the things that we're missing in our life are things that only Christ can bring. And we're dealing with mistakes in our life. We're dealing with sin in our life. Well, it's at the foot of the cross that we find forgiveness for those sins. We're dealing with darkness.
Right.
Then we have to rely upon the light of Christ to come in. We have to fix ourselves through Christ, and it is only then that we can become what God created us to be. Our problem, Brett, and my problem is we do it on our own. We try to do it ourselves.
Right.
There's a million people out there that've got a do-it-yourself thing that will improve all areas of your life. My goodness alive, there's a pill for everything. This will change your life. This will help you sleep. Like that's going to change your self. It happens right here on the inside when we accept Christ into our life. Then we can become what God has called us to be. What the world is missing today is a relationship with Jesus Christ. And only until that happens are we going to fulfill what we were created for.
And
we're looking in all the wrong places.
And to get to that point that you just got to, I think it starts with Luke 2:8-14. I think that that is the Christmas story in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That's what Linus was saying to Charlie Brown on that cartoon. And to me, you can't arrive to where what you just talked about without knowing that story and understanding what probably the biggest event in the history of the world.
The biggest event, without a doubt. You get on the sermon Sunday.
Well,
two phrases in the sermon Sunday.
Okay.
I don't talk about it an hour later, but
preview.
Number one is the Word became flesh. And did you hear that? Did you hear the message? I know you hadn't been feeling good.
Yeah,
Sunday,
I did hear the message.
Think about the creation of everything. God, he said the word, and it was there. In the beginning, it was just God. He made everything that we see. He made it all.
Right.
And he's going to leave that and come down here and be a man on this earth? I mean, that's hard to believe. The Word became flesh. And then the second one is Emmanuel. You know, in the dream to Joseph. The angel is explaining Mary's situation and quotes Isaiah 7:14, and he will be named Emmanuel, which means God with us. That is the story of Christmas. God with us. Right. The God that created this heavens and our earth, and the earth came down onto this world in the flesh and is with us now.
Right.
And we're never alone, and the darkness cannot overcome us, and evil does not win. Righteousness overcomes evil. And all the things that you talked about is encapsulated in the Christmas story. And so is Easter, by the way.
Right.
It's all one story. This is not two separate events. This is one event. Christ came in the flesh to this world so that we can have a relationship with him, God with us.
Right. And we've talked about, I think last week, the simplicity of where Jesus was born in a manger outside
and
of
why?
the inn. Yeah, outside an inn. And, you know, the angel came down and like it says in Luke 8-14, angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were filled with great fear. And the angel said to them, "Fear not, behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people, for unto you born this day in David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord, and this will be your sign." So
John was all into signs.
Right.
The Gospel of John.
Right.
Of course, that's from Luke.
Right. So, and goes on to say, "Who's Christ the Lord, and this will be a sign. you'll find a baby wrapped in swaddling clothes in a manger. And suddenly there was a angel with a multitude of heavenly hosts praising God, saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill to all whom He is pleased." So that's it in a nutshell.
And I think the phrase that I would kick out in that beautiful scripture is for all people. You know, for all people,
Right.
not for some people,
Right.
for all people.
Right.
You know, a lot of people, Brett, and I've been one of them, they take a look at the shepherds as the low life. You know, you got the kings
Well, again,
here.
that goes back
you
to our
got the
conversation.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
around.
They're dirty. They're smelly.
commoners or
Yeah.
peasants.
Yeah. But you know, in actuality, the shepherds of that area, Bethlehem, were priests. They were actually priests. Now they were still dirty and smelly,
Right.
but they were priests because those lambs were sacred. They would be the Passover lambs, and it's not ironic. It's God that Jesus would be born in the pasture where the Passover lambs were raised. And they did have some knowledge, these priests probably,
Right.
of the history of the event. But when it actually happened, I'm sure they were sore afraid, you know.
I think everybody would be. So.
But the shepherds are awesome. And I'm doing a message Sunday
Well, let's
on
talk
the
about
shepherds,
Talk a little bit about that when we come back. Do a little preview.
the first believers.
Final segment coming up right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone, our final segment here. Again, here on the week of Christmas. And, we want to say Merry Christmas to all of you out there.
Merry
By the
Christmas.
time we're on again next week, Christmas will have come and gone. And, man, it just goes by in a flash.
You got to
And,
take that stuff down, too.
well, we keep ours up till
We'll talk
like
about
New
that
Year's Eve.
later.
Yeah, let's not bring all
how'd
that
you
up.
take yours down? I don't know. How'd you take yours
No,
down?
let's not bring all that up.
Fair
right
enough.
Now. So
I'm with you on
Can
that.
still enjoy the lights that's coming up.
Yes.
All right,
of
so
course.
we just talked about Luke 2, 8 through 14, basically where
The shepherds.
that's right. And so now we talk about the wise men, and you just brought up a point that there's some misconceptions about the Magi and how many there were. We assume there were 3 because of 3 gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But you don't know, could have been more. But in Matthew 2, verse 10 through 12, it says, when they, the wise men, saw the star, they rejoiced exceedingly with great joy. And going into the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother. They fell down and worshipped him. Then, opening their treasures, they offered him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed to their own country by another way. So, in fear of how they came, and like you said, would they travel 900?
900 miles.
And where did they originate from?
Persia. And
So,
the reasoning behind all of this, the Bible doesn't say how many there were. And it's okay. It doesn't matter how many there were. It's not a big deal. But the reason we attached 3 wise men is because there were 3 gifts.
right.
And then the other part of that is if you'll read Matthew, the wise men came to visit Jesus, and it says they went into the house.
They went in, that's what it
Not
says.
into the manger. And so the belief on that was, let's go back to Persia for a second,
Okay.
Brett. The reason the Magi's, we think, knew so much about this 900 miles away, who was from Persia? Daniel. Daniel was a famous historical figure in Persia, and his prophecies out of, I think it's the 7th chapter of Daniel, his prophecies were to the day when Jesus was born on this earth. So it's reasonable to think that the wise men had a background of the historical significance of this because they knew all about Daniel. And so there's another reason. 900 miles took them probably over a year or maybe a year and a half to get there. Herod, his assassins killed all the 2 and under, so it makes logic that Herod found out about the Messiah being born from the Magi, and he didn't kill all the babies that were born in the last 3 months. He killed all the babies that were 2 and under because it makes sense that it may have been a year and a half ago
So a lot of people
that
don't
Jesus
realize
was born.
that they
you know.
began that trip way before Jesus was born.
Possibly, yes.
Well, I mean,
yeah, it's reasonable.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
because in the simplicity of the manger scene, you see the star, you see the 3 wise men. It's not like they just came over a hill
No.
and they said, okay, Jesus was born. Think about that for a minute. And I've really never thought about it either. They had to have begun a journey on faith before something even happened. So they
think that's
basically were
reasonable.
saying, look, we're about to mount up, load up, and go on this year-long journey or more, headed toward, Bethlehem, and we don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, I've never thought about it that way.
And think about this too, Brett. Herod was nothing but evil.
Oh,
How do you kill all the 2 and unders and not be just pure evil?
Right. He's just
And
be
the
paranoid.
wise men had the Spirit of God in them. They saw through. Well, Herod said, let me know where they are. I'd like to go worship him too. Ain't nothing
Yeah,
but a lie.
it's just a trick.
And they saw through it. And it said that they were warned in a dream. We need to do one segment sometime on dreams in the Bible.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, and for us to say that God didn't speak to us in dreams, to say I don't believe stuff in the Bible.
Right.
I mean, it happens. But I love that phrase, and this is the message on New Year's Eve in our combined service. What did it say at the end? They went home a different way.
It went another path.
Think about what that means. I'm not talking about a physical journey. They went home a different way. And does anybody out there come to the service? I mean, I guess they do, don't they? I'm giving this away.
I'll give it away.
Anybody that comes to Christ
It's gonna change.
goes home a different
It's
way.
always going to be different.
So the change is within yourself, not the direction
not the
that
direction
you're going.
of the path.
That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that's a spiritual change.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that a lot of people don't.
Gotta love the Magi. They're
well,
awesome.
that is a
I still love the scene,
crucial.
though. Don't you like that? I love seeing the shepherds and the Magi together. So
Right.
don't put down this thing about they might not have been. I think that's beautiful. It encompasses the whole story in one scene.
Let me throw one more.
We'll do that Sunday.
And I know
by the
we
way.
celebrate the birth of Christ on December the 25th,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of speculation
Yes.
of when
Yeah,
that actually took place,
sure.
and it may have taken place in the spring.
You know where that comes from? The shepherds the lambs had 3 lambing seasons.
Right.
But the one that meant the most was the spring lambing
spring
season. And
lamb.
here's why. 1 year after the spring, so that's when the Passover is. So 1 year after the spring lambing season, those lambs are the ones used at the Passover 1 year later. So there is, and it
So-
is speculation.
Right, it is. But why?
With the Lamb of God, he was born in the fields.
Right.
Reckon we know it was a lambing season, or
Right.
the shepherds wouldn't have been out in the fields at night with them.
Exactly
They
right.
put them up if it wasn't lambing season, but no, they were out there
So
watching
why?
them.
I wonder why.
Isn't that something?
I don't know, and I'm gonna just say I'm ignorant on this point. Why do we celebrate on December the 25th? Is it just an internationally recognized
I think so.
date?
And all that I'm saying, that's not biblical. I mean, it's not biblical that
doesn't say
we know
anything.
that there was a lambing season, but it could have been the fall, the spring, then the winter, the spring. There were 3 of them, and so it might have been one of the others. But all the speculation that presents comes from. It makes sense
Right.
that Jesus would come in the spring. And, we take a day and we rejoice when God sent Jesus to the earth. And I'm not really sure that it matters which
It
day it
doesn't.
is. But
I don't know. I mean, from a historian standpoint.
Yeah,
From
I understand
From a
that.
calendar, just again, like you said, there's nothing mentioned in the Bible, so it's really just evolved into what it is.
Right.
And
right.
so, but I know that intrigues a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
from a historian standpoint of looking at the season, the
Mm-hmm.
lamb, the spring lamb, but why is the celebration
Mm-hmm.
worldwide on the 25th of December?
That's right. And all the events are. I don't know that any of them. Now let's don't forget this too. Now Daniel, in his prophecy, predicted the day, and I don't think I'm capable of walking us through all the way the calendars were and,
Right.
and all that stuff that made Jesus born on that particular day. So you've got that too. There's a lot of
Oh yeah,
speculation.
there's not a lot of hard dates in the Bible. Of,
Yeah.
Time of year, things. I guess you can kind of
Mm-hmm.
read through some of it based on. But it's a point of interest by a lot of people.
I think the lesson we should learn from this is, do we believe the Bible, the stories in the Bible,
Right.
that which we do know? There's a lot, we can speculate, and some of it is good stuff, but this is what the Bible says. This is what we know. It's fine for us to research and go
Right.
back and look at the historical things that go on around it, as long as it doesn't take our focus.
I was going to say.
There are a lot of people that are all into this historical look, and they're
Right.
not believers.
Well, of course, they just want.
yeah.
They're doing it to try to prove opposite of that.
Yeah,
And-
right.
But I think the whole point of what you're saying is that a date is really insignificant to the story.
Right.
It happened. Doesn't matter when it happened. It happened, and this is why we are who we are.
And I'll give a great example of that. What date did you accept Christ into your life? Some of us know the exact date.
That's
Some
right.
of us don't.
Right.
It's not the real issue right
just
now.
knowing.
Do you have Christ living in your
That's it.
life?
That's right.
And really, it doesn't matter when you accepted Him, but it's still interesting stuff, and I think it's stuff we should talk about.
I do too. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this
Really?
edition of. That's it. You're out of time.
That's sad.
Kane's hit us with the light over there. So
Well, you tell Kane. I love you, Kane, man.
Hey.
Kane's got a headache.
we do want to tell everybody Merry Christmas again. Hopefully, my voice will be back to normal.
Merry
next
Christmas,
week. And hope all of you have a safe and wonderful Christmas out there. And we'll see you next week. For Coach Billy Coleman, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we'll see you next week.
God is with us.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.